Iconic former Soviet dissident Natan Sharansky has a perspective on the fighting between Russia and Ukraine that comes from having lived there for decades, often at odds with the regime. CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl spoke with Sharansky, former head of the Jewish Agency, who explains what drives Russian President Vladimir Putin.
You are from the Ukraine. Tell us, what is this war all about? What does Russian President Vladimir Putin hope to achieve?
Look, I was born in Ukraine, in Donetsk, then it was called Stalino, and lived there for the first 18 years of my life. That was a place where there was a lot of Russians, a lot of Ukrainians, and a lot of Jews. And we lived in the atmosphere of anti-Semitism. We have the Russian leader who decided, being for 20 years at power, he really decided that he is the strongest leader in the world. All the other leaders, Bush, Obama, Merkel, are coming and leaving, but he stays forever. And he decided that he has to bring back to Russia the same type of greatness which it had before. Ukraine is the biggest and the most important part of his new empire. And here he starts the war. It will not finish with Ukraine. It challenges the very basic principles of the free world. And I think if the free world will not show the same determination and stubbornness as he shows, the free world is in danger.
So were you surprised by the timing of this?
His timing always dictated by the weakness of the free world. In 2014, President Obama showed unbelievable weakness when he declared that Syria's using a chemical weapon will be the red line, and then Syria used the chemical weapon and he did nothing. That's the moment when Putin understood that he can have a base in the Middle East. That's how this base in Syria emerged. And then he decided that he can go to Crimea and declared that the second next natural part of Russia is Donbass. So for 8 years, it was like a semi-war situation in Donbass. And now that he decided that, again, he faces a weak American president, or at least he believed. And he really believed, and he created this picture in his head that Ukraine is not the real country, it's not the real people, they are part of Russia, they will not resist. And the West definitely will not respond. The world is watching. The world is very sympathetic to Ukraine. The world is praying, but the world permits him to conquer Ukraine. I think it's a terrible message to this dictator.
So what do you think the West should be doing right now? What kind of assistance should they be offering to the Ukraine?
So as a minimum, the free world has to demonstrate one united front to demonstrate to Putin that really every inch of NATO territory will be protected. In fact, that on the borders of Ukraine, there must be already NATO demonstrating its strength, and at the same time, sanctions have to be as effective that Russia will feel with every week how it's becoming weaker and weaker. And in fact, nobody is enthusiastic about this war, and more and more people don't understand why they are involved in this war, and more people are angry that Russia becomes isolated economically, culturally, in every aspect. And this type of pressure has to be consistent and strong, and the free world has to speak in one voice.
Alpha, Omega.